Yes. Okay, so School Without Walls is a small public magnet school in Foggy Bottom on the GW campus, and we are from their GSA
Sexuality
Gender Sexuality Alliance.
slash we run their GSA a little bit. We used to.
Yeah.
Now the mantle has officially passed over to some other people, but we are their GSA. We are all seniors in high school.
We're here
Because marriage
why
equality
all
is
these
a
people are, for the same reason all these people are lined up. Marriage equality, even though Julia and Ava are the only ones who can legally get married without their parents' consent right now.
But
This matters.
But it's our future. It's everyone here's future, and I think that's why it's really important to have children and young adults involved in this movement, because it's really our marriages that we're talking about in the years to come.
And even if you don't want to get married, which some people don't, and that's perfectly okay, marriage equality is a stepping stone for a lot of other issues within the LGBT community. I mean, I just think if you look at the historical precedent, the Supreme Court has been making human rights cases, actually usually before public opinion turns in a certain favor.
Right.
If you look at Brown versus the Board of Education specifically, you're looking at integration before the majority of America is behind that. So the fact that the Supreme Court has actually waited until the majority of America is behind marriage equality is a little bit surprising, a little bit disappointing, but it gives me hope in the judge's decision tomorrow. And it also gives me hope that America and the world overall is changing for the better.
Yeah, and I think that, letting the states decide hasn't been working. It's been working in some states, but it has definitely not been working in others. So I think it's important that the Supreme Court, once and for all, hopefully, will decide for the country.
Also, human rights cases aren't really a states' right issue. Sorry to get
we want to get to the legal
right. They aren't really a states' right issue. That's much more based on how you want your education system run and things like that, which is very different from whether or not you think everyone should have the same rights.
So 2 years ago, we were here again for Prop 8 and the Defense of Marriage Act. So we knew there that this wasn't going to be the, once and for all. This was just hopefully setting a precedent for not allowing discriminatory laws.
Personally, this is just me, but I'd like to see not only a precedent set for marriage equality, but also sexual orientation in terms of discriminatory legal practices, because it's not just, marriage equality is not the only issue affecting the LGBT community. It's the one most people tend to focus on, I think, which is...
It's the most acceptable. It's Cam and Mitchell getting married on Modern Family, and that's cute, and we can get behind that. So hopefully this won't be now this is over, we can forget about LGBT rights. Hopefully it's now this is over, we can move on to problems like youth homelessness and violence against trans women,
suicide, mental illness issues.
It's hard to know what will happen, because I feel like it's very easy for allies, for a lot of people that support the LGBTQ plus community, to simply say that once marriage equality is achieved for all, then that's the end of any issues. And I feel as though it will be too easy for people to drop the subject of the various issues that the LGBTQ plus community faces. And I think that while this is a very good step in the right direction for the community, we also need to remember how much more work we have to do. This is, baby steps that we're taking now, and we should have been walking for years. So I hope that this isn't it for everybody. I hope that they know that we still have a lot to fight for.
We're here.
We're queer.
We're fabulous. Don't mess with us.